Chat is fine. Your nose was itchy earlier. Use the description area. Our tech and the driver very nice, very professional, very proficient, and very correct. There's a no parking area that's a fire zone. And often there's more than 2 or 3 vehicles parked there. It's not as though a resident is coming in and collecting mail. They just seem to park there a whole lot. And pickup rides have a difficulty, and I'm sure we're not the only residents. And as road rage, other resident and or resident guest visitor couldn't wait, not even 4 or 5 minutes. Road rage. Hating on our taxi driver. And it was too fun. I had nothing to say. I just stood there, waited patiently and quietly. And then, of course, I'm going to comment about it. I mean, our taxi driver was not guilty, unlike the other person. Racist, bigotry, discriminatory, discriminations, prejudices, prejudges, and road rage. With and or without having been on my social medias, such as Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and or YouTube. And YouTube. Ridiculous. Now I don't know. Let's just say, were I black? Would it matter? Were I Asian? Would it matter? Etc. Instead, I'm Caucasian. Did it matter? Yes, it mattered. Appearances prejudged by those other people yelling at us and our taxi driver inappropriately. Well, our taxi ride driver and does there correctly. I vlogged it, of course. I put it all over social media. I'm like, hey, 1,000, 2,000. I have like 2,000 or more subscribers and audience members. I'm like, check this out. Look what happened once more. We're not guilty as Bellis and our ride drivers. It's somebody else. Not as though we are living in East India, Iran, Iraq, Pakistan, Canada. Oh my God. I needed a drink. I had an Irish coffee of sorts this afternoon. I needed it. And I'm allowed to have one, honestly. I only had one. It's not like I overindulged. I only had one. Oh. Definitely the last of my birthdays. Now I'm putting them away until next Christmas. I don't know whether or not to laundry them first or just hang them up in my closet. I have another channel. The link is in the description area. Please come over there. I want to leave this channel because of all the, but it's so fun. too fun. I don't know what to do. But I let you know, come over and subscribe there. But I think I'm going to keep with this one. This one I keep getting an ad on, another incident happens in my favor. And I'm like, oh, I just want to keep adding it to this. And I updated my handle. It's the Good Witch, the Bellis Witch Avril, at Bellis, the Bellis Witch Avril. I know all the stuff I said before. There's the Food is Beauty channel. So I do want to do my foodism over there. Although I think I'm going to stay here and do my witchery vlogs. Hi, but why camera like that? I don't know. I don't know why camera is the way it is. It's the dad. I don't know. But yeah, it was funny. I was just like, oh my God. I'm just standing there after saying hello, good morning. Mom, your ride is here, which isn't something I say very often. And we went, and I went, hello. And then I was like, a bunch of yelling. Another resident and or another resident guest via visitor. And all the yelling. I mean, what the hell? We were within our rights. We did sections 2A and 2B. We were standing there waiting for our ride. And our driver let us in the vehicle. Oh my God. 4 or 5 minutes. That's all it would have taken it or less. And we would have been no, they couldn't do that. They couldn't wait quietly. They had, it's one thing to honk a horn, although you don't yell and scream at us. At my driver, and our driver, I needed that drink. I waited hours. And there's a photo of me, the real Food is Beauty, having my coffee, as I mentioned earlier, Irish coffee. I believe it had some whiskey in it. Okay, yeah. Needed that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. Forever. Very needed it. Oh. Do with another one, although I do not. Now I'm going to get. I had that, and earlier, because my knee was bothering me yesterday, and I wanted to go for a walk today. Although it's winter, I took a pain reliever. I was like, deciding. I thought, I'll take one. I'm gonna get myself drinking. I bought my mom a glass of wine. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La 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 la. Are you on the toilet? No. Are you on the toilet? No. I'm not on the toilet. I'm on my couch. Couch right. Although, thank you for asking. So that's my news toast update. I had fun today. I got out and I walked. I went for a walk in Niagara Falls. On Niagara Falls. Well, not exactly Niagara Falls, although the land. I was walking on Niagara Falls. It felt good to get out for a few minutes. Well, more than a few minutes. It was a good 15-minute walk. Thank God. You're welcome. I went out for a good 15 minutes walk. I can walk pretty far in 15 minutes. I might have walked a K. I don't know. I didn't count. I did not calculate. Felt good though. The fresh air. Less urban than around here, I suppose. It was good. Very touristy. Looked like there's more than one tourist there walking outside. And it was sort of, it felt like sleet. It was as though nature was trying to decide whether to rain completely or freezing rain and sleet. I didn't know that, and there was lots of stuff. It wasn't very slippery. I think there was salt or sand on the sidewalks, pedestrian area. It was fun. That's why I dressed the way I dressed. I like my t-shirt. Newest poll. Celebrated Christmas, did you? Yes or no, Yule? And or solstice winter? I celebrate. I didn't do much this winter because of circumstances, although I am trying to get out there and do stuff, but now I'm worried that most everything and everybody that I wanted to be with is in hibernation. My battery is being charged. Oh, I got it. Thank you. And then I did my lunch, which was more like my brunch. I ate a candy, and then I ate brunch and or lunch, and then that carried on into my dinner. And then when it was actually dinner, I actually only ate one serving of potato chips, kettle cooked and or whatever. I had my coffee. I sipped. I swallowed. No, that was a quick no. That's okay. There's gay kids in Africa. Really? Goats are gay in Africa? Ooh, I didn't know that. Suppose I should give shout outs now. At Charles Xavier, Xavier, Charles Xavier 1121, Lauren B3MY, Boxing Boy T1G, Laura Tiger 1717, Sabrina Parsons. And some symbols. Do you know how to hip hop? Yes. I know how to do it. Does my body know how to go with the flow? I don't know. I haven't done anything like that in a long time. I celebrated Christmas. I celebrated Yule. I sort of celebrated solstice, which I suppose I did that today in a roundabout line, truthful start line way, walking outside. You see that on my other channel, The Real Fittest Beauty. Me. And they updated my profile photo of me today wearing some outfit that I got now. If you don't, there's a great if you don't, there's a great tutorial on YouTube called "This is how to do hip hop." Oh, thank you. Let me know. Thank you. Let me know. Yeah, my left knee. I don't know that my knee can do hip hop nowadays. It can do a little bit of some dancing, but not very. Just it's too painful. I, I could do some things. I danced the other day, goofing around in my bathroom. Just watched a video. As my feet just started to want to dance, and I had some fun with it. I hit like, take care. Thank you. You too. And for all of you that are concerned, I really am a witch. I just like to come out, and I've been so witch hunted. I've been too witch hunted to stay out all the year round. I like to only come out during burn months. You know, and I wasn't the only one witch hunted. My pussycat was witch hunted alive. My pussycat was witch hunted by a bunch of narcissistic, abusive stalkers. Doors and Elos were. It was really disgusting. I thought witch hunting was more not legal, not lawful, not sane, not competent, not employable nowadays, instead of actually the witch. Being the witch. Being witch. Doing witchy. Simple kitchen witchery. I actually believe that. Because, most all Canadians, North Americans, and UK and German celebrate Christmas, Yule, solstice, winter, Christians, Christianity, pagans, paganisms, Christianity, paganism. Centers. Mississauga Senior Citizen Center on Coffer Road, Squirrel and Older Adult Center, and Active Out Center in Mississauga, and condominium corporations, this neighborhood, and elsewhere, celebrated Christmas. I don't know that they celebrated Yule, solstice, winter, although they did. They put up Christmas decorations, lobbies decorated, and outside Christmas lights. It was really festive. I appreciate, although the staff, the alleged parking security, alleged concierges, alleged securities guards, alleged maintenance and repair workers, alleged property managements, alleged board of directors, and alleged property managers, and alleged site administrations and alleged site administrators, personal vendettas, although their jobs, titles, jobs duties, jobs details, jobs descriptions included that they did, personalities. Oh. I'm not talking about all of them, although the ones I've mentioned. Tonight, one gentleman let us in the lobby. Very professional, very polite, very kind. I vlogged. Really, truly did. I vlogged. Although I didn't show faces because I'm trying to have more privacy and safety because I don't want everybody to know where I live here and elsewhere. I do. I loves my family, and I has privacy and safety. Oh wow. Okay, please, this is good. I'm gonna use all the votes anonymous unless mentioned in the chat. My future video making, my content making. And I hope I do influence others to be the best they can be, you know, and better and greater than they were, and or remains the same. It doesn't matter to me. It's just I hope you feel better, and those that aren't feeling well, those that are, you know, I hope you feel better soon. I hope you have all had a Merry Christmas, a Happy Christmas. Not anyone was sick. Honestly, not a cold, not a flu, not anything. And those of you that were, hope you feel better soon. Honestly. Did you know if you have influenza A, that one of the side effects, symptoms, and behaviors could possibly be cancer related? I read it somewhere. It's true. It can get cancer, and or it could be, and it maybe just doesn't stay. It's really interesting. It's like vitamin C. When you intake some vitamins and your body doesn't need, it just flushes through. Maybe some of that flushed through. I read somewhere that influenza A could lead to cancer. I think it's because the immune system is. It took me uh, more than 4 months to get over this year. I had something like that before. My cat was gravely ill, and I just, my cat was not infectious and or contagious, although my being with my cat, I chanced it. And I was advised somewhere or other to not have my cat sleep on the same bed as me. And as I made my cat another bed, my cat eventually adjusted. Then we moved around here, and my cat decided, my cat slept at my feet a whole lot. And then I tried to train my cat to sleep. My cat was not happy getting trained. He was, he used to have temper tantrums, and it amused me, uh, a lot. Amused me lots, and my cat started to take a liking to being more at the window. My cat would dwell window, and that was just the cutest thing. And I put most of the time a yellow blanket there because if my cat had incontinence, it was easy for me to pick up and put aside. Now, having said that, I have been late. I wanted to do up my bed. I keep procrastinating because it makes me upset. I cry. And my doctor said it's a normality then, over bereavement. Although I have this one more phase to go through, and I want to do it before Hugmanay. Any of you know what Hugmanay is? Hugmanay, New Year's Eve. And I have to strip everything, and I have to wipe down my mattress, and and then put the new bedding. Well, it's not all new, although the comforter under quilt's new. And then I want to put I'm not throwing away those blankets. I got yellow ones and green ones. I usually have a yellow one here, but it's in the laundry too. And I want to tomorrow wash all that and get the bedding all, and let's sweep up my floor. And color yellows and greens, limes and lemons and limes. I just like that sort of colors, and some mixing and matching. And the comforters too is good because the comforter has a pattern on it, and it's not. I don't want to piss off my cactus, and I want to cover some of that up because my cactus is my cactus, and if and when buds more and flowers more, I'll be greatly appreciated. And yeah, so yeah. Barely. Rarely than never. It's been the first time in more than 2 years that I've had bedding like that. Because I was always cleaning up after my sick cat. Nobody else would did it. I did it. I didn't mind. And then grieving, bereavement, related depression more than 2 weeks since my immune system just weakened and I ended up with influenza type A. I don't know where I got it. I actually thought I had maybe that alleged COVID-19 severe acute respiratory syndrome. And that because I couldn't stop coughing and I was having difficulty breathing. And I got a cough bottle prescription to me outside of the hospital, another doctor. And eventually my lungs, everything, I vomited for more than 2 days. I couldn't hold any foods down, barely any beverages. I could not swallow lots, and I lost 14 pounds in a week and a half. And I was very weak, very tired, very lethargic, very bereavement related depression, grieving, mourning. And then a couple of times, I really tried to pull myself together. I'm athletic and I wanted to walk and do things more. And then one thing after the other. And then I injured my knees. My left knee really has been injured the most. And today was, oh, I really, 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 truly liked walking outside. It felt very good. Fabulous. Awesome. Oh, I hope to do that again soon sometime, walking outside. And hopefully my family and I, privacy and safety, all during. Ooh, I like the votes. Thank you. Keep voting. I would have liked to stayed over there at Falls hotel room, although I had to come home and water my cactus. I only have so many days. I should can, could, may, must, and need be away, and I have to return because of my family status. As I said, botany. We don't celebrate that, by the way. It's not even related to the birth of Isa, peace be upon him. Really? I celebrated Christmas. I usually do. I was raised to celebrate at Christmas, Yule, solstice, winter, 4 months. You could be celebrating something else. Equinox, autumn, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Yule, solstice, winter, Christmas. What else? I'm going away for a few minutes. You'll probably hear where I am. I'm going to charge my phone first, and then I'm going to go, and I'm going to come back with some food. I feel like I need one. No, I mean, when you celebrate Christmas, you might be celebrating something else. Hello, Abeth underscore 01. Enter 01. Ah. She is, she is one of the foodist beauties, Bellis, I mentioned earlier. I got some butterflies. I like butterflies. I put them on my window covering here. I didn't want to stir the pot in, so I didn't put anything there. You know, we had my plumber came recently. My plumber came and fixed both toilets very professionally, very proficiently. Didn't take long. Fixed both toilets. And trust me when I say I did not had I must let me rephrase that I should, can, could, may, must, and need ask one and or other residents and those residents, guests, visitors, and corporation and corporations alleged staff. Instead, I just had to pick up the phone and tell them to come. And they came. And they fixed it. I contacted another plumber earlier this year. Yeah, it was earlier this year. My cat was alive at the time to fix one of the toilets. Never came. A plumber never came. And as I contacted who I contacted, and the person came and fixed both toilets professionally, proficiently, and both toilets work, function properly more since. All since. All happened. Does any other people not like it that the toilets are functioning properly? Why are they being narcissistic, abusive, stalkers, often on and off the internet? 1909, etc. And PSCC 807, all of them. Why don't they leave us alone and let us have sections 2A and 2B? Instead of always interfering with us, they should be doing, do. Sections 2A and 2B I mentioned before, and it's on my community post page, posted. Honestly. I'm sitting on my toilet now. Patiently wait and listen. You can hear me flushing on my toilet and it functioning properly. It's not clogged anymore. And any and all payment inquiries, billings should remain private. It's none of other residents and their guests, visitors, corporations, and those corporations' alleged staff. They shouldn't be looking into that. They shouldn't even be able to look into anything. All financially, it's none of their business. None of their concerns. Hello, ma'am. Hello. Honestly, it's fixed. Everything is maintenance and repair. What we had to repair, it's fixed. And it's functioning perfectly. Awesome. Fabulous. I need to make hot tea first. Off right there. Off in the off from there, etc. Narcissistic stalkers, narcissistic, abusive, stalking us. names and all who, what, where, when, what, all should, could, make, must, and he should have. Should and told. It just tells all happy deaths. Happened. Oh. Including all how they try to put bugs insects. At least I did it lawfully and legally, trained competently and employably. Butterflies. When they get their toes fired. Let's just do that. They're good jobs, eh? They've got jobs. Yeah, they won't do their jobs. The job's duties, the job's details, job description, job's titles. They say they'd rather be mentally ill. And then they try and spread it, and then they try and blame the residents. And their visitors and guests. Including rides drivers. Fucking ridiculous. Then they all should, can, could, may, must, need, did, does, and do. Section 2A and 2B. And it wouldn't be surprised if one and more other person sued them, and one and more other persons tried to sue them. Got some stalkers. Suggesting. There's thousands of other people that would like to get their jobs and do their jobs, and professionally. That's how they did it. They think they're world themselves, thinking they're A and D or macular degeneration or something. Yeah, they're not. They're just mentally ill, mental health act students. Mentally ill. It won't take medication to correct themselves and be well. And or put themselves in remission. You can't cope that I'm not mentally ill, sane, and or worse than they are. I have a picture, health certificate to prove that it's them and not us. How'd they get the bill? The building never collapsed and fall down with me and my family living here, us fellows living here, and since. Don't come blaming us anymore. Don't blame us ever. It was already established by the staff that I mentioned. Condominium corporations, etc. Pre-existed. And all else where they worked. I never We're not in East India, we're not in Africa, we're not in Jamaica, we're not in Guyana, we're not in Trinidad, we're not in Asia, we're not in Iran, we're not in Iraq, we're not in Pakistan, we're not East India, we're Canada, North America. I wanted to celebrate stuff. I celebrate. You don't like it? They saw misdiagnoses. They wanted us to never had. They deluded themselves that they could lie or that nothing real. And that they should, can, could maybe bribe security guards everything and everybody that happened, all on all securities cameras, all on all those others, all real, all happened, and all should can could be less than each one tell, should have told interest and tells, and judiciary punishment for all those other people. Here, 1909, etc. All to add on and out from and by doors and windows. And 1303, 1402, 1202, 1304, 1301, number 80 Absolute Avenue, will be moved from. As I said, that concierge, that security guard, lied to me. I was blogging. That it was us, Bellis' faults. That other people didn't like us. Couldn't go along with us. Another example of that. That's Bellis'. And our taxi driver, the pickup ride, not guilty. Instead, one in more other vehicles on the horn, and one vehicle, allegedly driver, that other person actually yelling and screaming at us. Our taxi ride driver. And that taxi ride driver, that's Bellis's, locally reported that. I know I did. He yelled back at the person. He responded legally, lawfully, and employably. I have not any complaints about that. And that's them. I mean, in the real world, other people that didn't appear Caucasian were racist, bigot, discriminatory, discriminations, prejudices, prejudges. All the one and more Caucasians and or other races, creeds, religions. That happened today too, earlier this morning. Fire zone and no parking, no parking sign, no parking signs throughout the complex. That sign, yeah, more than one vehicle parked there almost every day at some time or other. It's not my fault. Pick up and drop off rides. Cars had nowhere else to put their vehicles. They had no parking. It was full of vehicles parked. One and more vehicle. Today and earlier. That's not our fault. It's not the driver's fault. All those other residents and their visitors, guests' faults. And whoever the architect is, and architects are designed this neighborhood, built here, not my fault. The driveway, there's practically not any. Before the gatehouse. This gatehouse. So pickups and drop-offs, that's just the way it is. It's not like parking was used like running in to collect mail. I mean, it should only be a pickup and drop-off area. There's visitors parking elsewhere. As I said, anything happens to this building, does it ever come down, collapse, or anything? It's a fees etc. Complete mismanagement. Not my fault, not us Bellis' fault. And it was not fault of, and it's not the fault of the taxi driver this morning. And all other rides earlier during all half of that. And hopefully, does anything ever happen as that? It's not during my time. The other buildings too in this complex. 80, etc. And any and all times one and more resident, tenant in this neighborhood showed up and told themselves were on my social media, internet somehow or other. Went somewhere, someone showed and told and complained about it. In addition to all else they did, often on and off securities cameras, all on. Those tenancies should expire end of this year, but they should change good neighbors and need evicted as soon as possible. I don't care who they are. I don't care. It's not our faults, and that security guard must concierge should change good neighbors and he's fired. Not employed anymore. And judiciary punished too. Lied to the guilty. And us Bellis, Bellis, not guilty. Lied, guilty. We Bellis were guilty because other people didn't like us. Themselves couldn't get along with us. Lied, it was our fault. We couldn't get along with others. That's not true. It's all their fault. Another morning of it. It all happened. Honestly. Absolutely. Oh, it was hilarious this morning, although I tell you, you should see my face during the vlogging of it all. I didn't know it was going to happen, although it happened. And I was like, well, it's not the driver and whoever the person was yelling at us. Well, it was too fun. I didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to say anything. It was too fun. It's absolutely good. I hope the next driver to all those haters, because they're all in the wrong. Parking, drivers, yelling and screaming and honking at us. Ridiculous. They are absolutely. And I don't care what races, creeds, religions they are. I really shouldn't do that. Their races, creeds, and religions. I really don't care. Because I'm not racist, bigot. Discriminations, prejudice, prejudges. We really were not this morning and all other things. There. Etc. This morning, earlier. Too funny. It was absolutely hilarious. Too funny. I needed that. It was a good day. I had some Irish coffee. Alleged Irish coffee. It had some alcohol in it somehow or other. It was good. I like another one. Doing some indoor walk. Didn't do any this morning. And as I'm doing that now, I'm having a lazy sort of day. I did outside walking, now I'm doing some indoor walking. Just getting the steps completed. Or 366. All times one and more other person wants rid of us financially, and all other times wanted us hurt, harmed, dead, killed, raped, maimed, sexually assaulted, sexually abused. Themselves schizophrenic. Psychosis. Themselves very delusional. And off and on and off the internet, on and off the internet. Themselves obsessed with and compulsive. Instead of us Bellises. Honestly. So this corporation gets trophy driver's license plates. The other day my mom Trans-Held Pride, the driver accident. It wasn't a Trans-Held driver, it was somebody else once more. Another resident and or a resident visitor. Yes. And earlier this morning. When other people picked up on mental health, mental illnesses, symptoms, and behaviors and did it themselves, and then tried, showed, and told, and blamed us Bellis, they're still guilty of it all of them. Every single one of them, including aging macular degeneration, and aging macular degeneration, and macular degeneration. Now, this is not the only address. Most all of them are just did it. Fuck off and leave us alone. Same as this morning. We were told many a times, leave us alone. Piss off. Fuck off. That's a good thing. It's fine. I think it's fine. I liked my coffee. Fuck off, Rita. And when myself and other people trace them as that, that's allowed, especially judiciary, all judiciary. All she can could name us me, show and tell. All happen, all happens, all happens. That's Alright, let's for dry anything. Let's for dry. Someone accused my mom and I of stealing from other apartments. And here, all misinformation as well as are not guilty instead. All those accusers, etc. All on securities cameras, all on. Here, there, elsewhere, everywhere. Such as celebrity stalker Dr. Justine, celebrity stalker Norman Thompson, alleged my mom's youngest brother, and celebrity stalker Credit Valley Hospital Dr. Judy Fernando. And CNBC. All banks and all PayPal. All happened. All happened, yes. All before, all during, all later, and all since 2024. May 24, 2024. When other people came after us all the more and or first times on and off the internet, such as 1909 and all the other ones, doesn't matter what website and or social media and or virtual, they did it instead of us. Bellis. That's not how the world should, can, could be, must, and need, was, is, and be. I haven't been on TikTok in a while. I don't really like it there because when I've gone on it, I even began scrolling. I saw it several times over, and I recorded it there to TikTok, and they continued allowed it there. It was worse than so. It was very, very awful. It was not legal. It was not lawful. Should have reported it to police, courts, and judiciary, but somebody should. I tried. There's no way anybody should did that to horses, all about horses and all the other ones. It was disgusting. I broke my heart. I cried myself senseless about it. It was awful. I don't like it. Horses' feet, their paws, never have been cut and manipulated, carved, all before, all during, all later, all since alleged horseshoeing, horseshoes on. It was disgusting. Horses were born as, and they should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not disfigured in order to satisfy some narcissistic, abusive, animal cruelties. Stalker. Gross. And to post that all over TikTok, proud of themselves, it's not even art. Not art. That is not art. Those horses suffered, crying, screaming in pain, and permanently disfigured. All those horses permanently disfigured on and off the internet, TikTok. And I don't know were they given pain medication during prescribed prescription to help them cope with those amputations, permanent disfigurements by one and more man, other person, more other people, more than one. don't know how those horses coped and stood and walked later, all since. Tragic. I'm using one of my favorite mugs. I have my tea. I'll let you see in a few minutes. My anti-animals cruelties mug. Very. Always. Everywhere. All times. And I'm not obsessed. I'm not compulsive. I'm not delusional, but one and more other residents, ex-neighbors that live next door. I'm not, I just like the photo of my cat and I, the cat alive. It's one of my favorite photos of. They're not allowed to have misrepresented me, us Bellis, is because themselves, other residents, and their guests, visitors, mentally ill, not lawful, not legal, not sane, not competent, and not employable. And any one of them ever took medical leaves of absences from work, they should can could be missed and need fired. Because they didn't need, did, does, do about us because themselves were guilty instead of us. Well, securities cameras all on, all witness to. Makes it possible. Keep the votes coming in. Cool. Have some black seeds. I haven't had those yet today. 44% yes, 44% no, and 11% Yule. Yule 11%. No, 44%. Yes, 44%. Soul says winter, 0%. Wow. Fitness continued. Even a witch could be healthy eating. Suspicious. Egg salad sandwich, cucumber, radish, and all that stuff. All good stuff. Food is beauty. Not foodie beauty. Food is beauty. Blah. Excuse me. Excuse me. Beauty burped. Blah. Excuse me. Tea's cold. You know, other people that are obsessed with it or that compose with themselves, obsessed all about us, live in that delusional facade of perfectionism. Instead, should, can, could, may, must, need, look, sound, feel, smell, taste, as obsessed as themselves are, were, and be, and did, does, and do, obsessed. And trust me, it's not all that pretty. That's not my threatening them, it's just facts of life. They don't look. I mean, when they wear too much cosmetics. They dream that they're prettier than I am. Andrew is pretty. Honestly, should, can, could, may, must, and need appear as obsessed. Be it nail biting, overeating, undereating, scarred, poor, homeless, illiterate, dyslexic, I suppose. Maybe not dyslexic. I shouldn't say dyslexia. Illiterate, maybe. They appear lazy. They can't read. They can't write. As good as most others that were not, are not, and be not, and did not obsessed all about those. I mean, it's like gardening. And you can like a flower more than one. Doesn't mean you're obsessed. Doesn't mean you're compulsive. Doesn't mean you're delusional. Unlike other people, narcissistic stalkers, narcissistic, abusive stalkers, obsessed. All about us, Bellis. Other residents, other people, corporations, alleged staff, alleged property managers, alleged board of directors, alleged concierge, alleged parking security. Back to other people obsessed with android compulsive, all about us, Bellises. And since Carlson's photographed. Very. And they can, could, may, must, and need get rectified. Judiciary. Very, absolutely. With a compulsive and persecutory delusional, all about us, Bellis. Let them wear cosmetics, all the more. Hides themselves, hid themselves, as tried, because they were obsessed. They tried to hide, hid themselves, lied it was because of us. We were the ones that felt we couldn't get along with them. We were the ones guilty. Instead, it's all the other way around. There's evidence everywhere. Everywhere. It's not us, Bellis, it was them. That's what was the problem with us trying to have unlisted contact information, because it was misinformation that we were guilty instead, several times over, many times. Many stalkers tried to hid their contact information, deluded themselves that judiciary should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not find them, and judiciary punishments them. And lied that they didn't use our contact technology, telephones, internet, Wi-Fi's, and they did. Oh yes, they did, and they didn't forgot. They just dreamt it all up that they weren't there, and I have a photo of them in one of what was Bellis's homes. That time and or other times. Other times they used our technology and reached out and lied it was our faults, that we did it. Yeah, it was themselves. Janice Payton, those three people, stalkers, used our technology, reached out. Anytime and every time we had a guest, and that's why I don't like having landlines and even handheld device, a laptop, because one and or more person all historically used our stuff, reached out. All those phone calls. It wasn't just Bellis's, it was Janice Payton, that celebrity stalker, and one and more other person. When my mom alleged youngest brother lied, it was me phone calling him. It wasn't me phone calling him. It was him and my mother reaching out to each other. He phone called us. I didn't recall him. I did not recall him. That's not even an actual word, is it? He phone called us. He emailed to us. He reached out to us. I did not phone called him. He phone called us. My mom phone called him. I don't even know him very. He kept wanting us. We didn't want him. Several times when we lived elsewhere, Bow Beaches Boulevard, Chartram Crescent, Arbor Green Drive, Fieldgate Drive, he invited himself until I could got him kicked out. He was not allowed to live there. He wanted to visit, he could go stay in a hotel. I don't know how he paid his bills. And all those times and all other times, that Norman Thompson alleged my mom youngest brother should not, cannot, could not, may not, need not used us Bellis's as his residency of visiting, his contact information names in order to get in and out of Canada, North America. And any names, addresses, phone numbers, etc., contact information, because he should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, need not to add on in, from, and by anything and everything, us Bellis's phones, emails, mail, all historical, all geographical, all financial, all financially. He too and or instead should be taken one and or memory. Actually, he needs Respirito himself. He's supposed to do all those other people names, Thompson. THOMSEN, THOMPS, THOMSON, THOMSON. Celebrity stalker Norman Thompson alleged my mom's youngest brother. And he allegedly sent the police. He went to the police with all his alleged information. Wouldn't be surprised if he's been on my social media more. Internet more, with and or without James and Angela Maud and Angela Ritchie and or whoever. One and more corporation, especially in this neighborhood, could be and be judiciary punished. Did they allow one and more of those stalkers to add on and out from and by one and more as Bellis's residential places in this neighborhood? I remember, we didn't have a lot of outside relatives around, not ones that we knew of. And I'm talking about parents, and my parents' parents, and nieces and nephews, sort of other people. We didn't have many of them, nieces and nephews. Not the ones that kept, I should say, coming around as adults later in life. 1984 and earlier, never really knew any of them. And at my father's funeral, I don't remember much about my father's funeral. But then I was just a teenager. I was young myself. Although I do remember knew them. I did not knew them any. I was a full-time student. I didn't leave Canada very often, if ever. Maybe once across the border, maybe when I was younger. Buffalo, New York, or New York somewhere. It's mostly up north, like cottage, like urban residential cottage, like. And not any corporation and their alleged staff should, can, could, may, must, and need use, used, and uses my work history, hobbies, interests, access, etc., off and on and off the internet to has, had, and have removed, out, etc. All witnessed and all should, can, could, may, must, and need show and tell, showed and told, and shows and tells all happened as. All other residents too. As Bellis should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not move out, moved out, moves out, all happened as. All live streams, all community posts posted, all videos. This live stream too. I'm not internet trolling anybody. I'm not stalking anybody. Make another tea. This one got cold. seconds. Let's try another cup of tea, see if they'll fuck off and stop obsessing. I have a coming soon. We'll be cleaning more professionally. Still living their version of dirty more. Same with the plumbers cleaning. Well, they clean but repair. Still living their world of dirty. Delusional. Don't care what his name is. Nobody cares. It's a PSCC this and PSCC that. That's all they care about. Being obsessed about celebrities and having compulsions to try and get rid of. That's what compulsive delusions American. None of their fucking business. Often on and off the internet. You don't like me? You don't like me? It's a friend thing. They're absolutely fucking crazy. This is all happening also they got the corporation and complaints about what happened earlier today. They don't like their mentally ill heads. So, don't tell themselves, they're obsessed, compulsive. That's what they really are, and they shouldn't be as. They should think could be less than he drinks my tea at home. And anywhere else I want tea. You want rid of me in my tea? They're schizophrenic. They're psychotics. They don't have any rights to think and live. Fuck off and leave me alone. Off and on cattle too. None of their fucking business. Property management. It's not their jobs, duties, job details, job descriptions, job titles to be those lady and money. They like to run sick and fuck off. They don't understand English. They don't understand how to do their jobs. They're so upset. They want to be run sick and fuck off. It's problematic and delusions. It's real. They don't even know what the word somatic is. They're so mentally ill. I'm going to tell you the truth about it. For everybody in the house we came to, where I can move out, wherever I go, get obsessed. I'd rather have a garden than develop romance myself. They want to be attached to me somehow, whether they want to leave fucking alone. They gotta be obsessed. Nobody wants to know them. The only management they can could mean unless they need it to do. Maintenance fees. Different with maintenance, management, manage common areas, public areas. They don't go to it on in and out from and by residential, private property, apartments, etc. None of their business. None of their jobs, titles, jobs, duties, job description, jobs detail, all that stuff mentioned. It's not any of that. And this tea better be good and drinkable. So obsessed with this, Bellis is oh so obsessed. Well, since I sent more than 3 emails to them complaining about other residents, same where we went before, complaints about other residents, themselves obsessed, compulsive. No how, all who, what, where, when, why. And all names tried, got rid of us, Bellis, because of them self mentally ill. All their symptoms, behaviors, as I mentioned. We're going to take a bot to be self-busy. They won't let us in. I mean, they should get judiciary punished and annoyed. Fired, not allowed us to do sections 2A and 2B. Instead, they'd rather interfere with our enjoyment. Interfered. Peace. Home and all elsewhere in the complex. Fucking stalkers. With the mentalities of stalkers. Obsessed. The only thing they thought about us, that they should and could make us need look us. Everywhere they everyone should can could may must indeed reacted and reacts to the mess. Including when it's after hours and those alleged management and all the other stuff. After hours, to it on and out from, such as alleged management offices, alleged property managers, site administrations, all that stuff. All those other people. As soon as it's after hours, they should can could may must trespassing. Trespassed. And all names know who, what, where, when, why, how trespassed. And open doors and windows. Tried open doors and windows. Such as Andreas management or whatever it's called. Allegedly, factually. In all sense, my health certificate, doctor note, published on social media, internet. That I've recovered from an illness, the only mental illness I've ever had. Other people, customers of arts and crafts. Performing arts, thespianisms, acting, dramatic arts, dance, athletics, books, novels, published, all named Bellis. Not all of them are stalkers. Many are fans. And then there's the many few I mentioned that are stalkers. Narcissistic and abusive stalkers. And fans of botany too. Oh, I'm not that good at it myself. I've been concerned who my parents are. Although I do try. I have tried. I still continue trying botany. I think it's fun. Some plants are easier to grow than others, and seeds, and seedlings. Oh, fun. And it's beautiful. Some flowers, if not all, have a smell that is just all their own. It's like my cactus. I don't need an air freshener in my bedroom and or else where my cactus is. It's just, and was, it's just a natural smell that beautifies everywhere. I love it. Those brilliant too. It's not birds, miracles. Chrysanthemums, and last and not least, other ones too, and last and not least, roses. I think all cacti are fun. I don't know that all flower, although the ones that do flower, it's fun. All are spiky. And then the flowers, they're not all got those beetles, those pins, those spikes. Although, as I've mentioned before, if you have pets, you must indeed keep those cactus plants away from cats and stuff that are prone to eating grass and stuff. It's not good for the animals. Oh, it's not healthy, I should say. Make them sick. And the vet bills can be expensive trying to make them recover. And that's not what made my cat gravely ill. My cat has other illnesses, symptoms, and behaviors. Let's see if I can drink this tea without any stalkers, obsessive compulsive, and delusional. Oh, that'll see. Like AMT's stomach, macular degeneration, aging macular degeneration. He probably already had it. The other media stuff, TV shows when they were younger. Just didn't get the help and 10, 15 months and we got it. I mean, if they want to abuse are also victims. We know all about it. Which numbers? This guy Months especially. Excuse me. See how long this one lasts before they start busting running their obsessive compulsive delusional mentally ill heads with Thanks for your votes. And there's the results. See if I can have this tea. Well, let's enjoy. See if I can have my first sip of tea. Does it look good to you? Use the chat, let me know. It's been a long day. What did I tell you? Maybe I have only 2 more months left of my meds. And then I might be meds free, considering I recovered from bereavement illness. Prozac. Good old Prozac. I think that might take a while. I am leaning on my knee now. I'm trying to get my knee back to weight bearing. So when I exercise on it more, now I have to alternate. Oh. Yeah, I was in the mall. I wasn't going to go, Boxing Day sales. Maybe do, maybe don't. Well, I went to a mall. We went to a mall. Boxing Day sales. It was busy. Very, very busy. And it amazed me since the sales were not that good. Very few. I mean, I was expecting like 80% off things, and I could not find anything that was 80% or buy two get one, buy two the price of one. Fashions and accessories, and then there was like CD players and entertainment section. Go find the sale prices were not that good. Discount prices were next to none. It was not a good sales. I just didn't buy very many things. And if the sales were not good, didn't buy new shoes. Didn't buy new boots. Didn't buy new cosmetics. Not very much of it. Ain't really just foods. Foods, condiments, and beverages. Didn't even buy a new book. Buy a new magazine. Nothing new. Very disappointing. Maybe the mall is closing and I didn't know about it. I actually thought one and more of those stores closed permanently, put themselves on the internet to make sales and or elsewhere discounts outlets. And there I was. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know they were still open. Again, the discounts were not good. Buy two, get one 50% off. Sometimes. Maybe 20% off, maybe 40% off. Get better sales later next year, probably, plus there they open. And or online on the internet. It's good and hot. Looks good to me. Good old fashioned Prozac and pain reliever prescribed prescription. And